Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 66 of Cute Little Love Letters, and this one is titled Forest Walk. As you all walked into the hall, your eyes fell on the food there, spread out on the table. Everything you could ever want was there, and you eagerly took a seat, feeling Denki's presence beside you as he sat down too. "Is the seat taken, cutie?" he asked with a sly smile as he sat down and then pulled his chair in. It's for you," you replied, giving him a little giggle and smile. "I gotta give you that winner's kiss too. You guys did really well before," he said in a softer voice, so as not to be heard by others, and you felt your face heat up, but no one else heard. There was too much noise going on. You hummed shyly. Just then Momo announced for everyone to start eating, and it was like the starting gong of a race had sounded. People were grabbing for all different things, and you sat there stunned for a second. "What do you want? I'll get it for you," Denki said, half standing up so he could reach over the table. "Oh, you hummed, then quickly pointed out some food items, and he put them on your plate, then got some food for himself. Now with food on his plate and yours, he took your hand in his and turned to you. "Okay, close your eyes. Time for the appreciation thing," he said, and you smiled and then closed your eyes with him. You both completed your gratefulness and then opened your eyes and started eating together. "Thank you, Denki," you said after swallowing your first mouthful, "for doing the gratefulness with me." "Oh, I like it. It's fun and cool," he replied, and you smiled again before digging back into your breakfast. After breakfast, it was decided that you would all go for a walk in the forest to a lookout that Momo said was really nice, then come back for lunch, and then more beach after lunch, and then a special dinner on the beach since it would be the final night already. Then fun on the beach again Sunday morning, and back to the dorms by Sunday night. What a whirlwind weekend, you thought after you'd all participated in deciding the activities for the rest of the weekend. It's been amazing so far, and I even got to meet my grandma again. So I did remember correctly. I wonder how old I was, and Saria said that Mum felt him close to her one morning. Should I ask my mum about it? I should have asked him more questions, but there was so much going on. I wish I'd had more time with them. Should I try and find the fairy village? I wonder what Dad will say when I tell him what the Queen said. "Hey," you suddenly heard a voice say. "Yin? Babe?" You quickly looked up and to your left at Denki, who was talking to you, and you stared at him. "You okay?" he asked with concern. "Yes," you replied quickly. "You were spacing out real bad. I was calling your name for a bit there. What happened?" he asked, his eyes searching yours. "No, I'm okay," you replied with a smile. "Sorry to have alarmed you. I promise I'm fine." Denki studied your face, but couldn't really tell if you were telling the truth or not, so decided to leave it. Okay, I was asking if it's okay if I can take your plate. They want to do washing up," he said. "Oh, yes, please. I'm all finished now," you replied with another smile, letting him take your plate. He nodded and got up, taking your and his plates with him as he headed for the kitchen to hand the plates back. "Is she okay? I still haven't asked about what that lady said at the markets. She called Yin a princess, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't her using a sweet name because it spooked Yin pretty badly. Although, if some random called me handsome or prince, I might be a little weirded out," he thought as he walked. "But if she hasn't told me yet, it must be something she doesn't want to talk about, or it's no big deal. But I'd like her to feel like she can trust me with anything," he thought as he reached the kitchen and put the plates down in the tub. "But then again, my quirk drawback is something I don't want to talk about." He sighed as he turned and put his hands in his pockets. "I guess I gotta tell her about my quirk thing first before I ask her about the lady. I feel like she's let me into her world more than I've let her into mine," he thought as he headed back to you at the table. You gave him a gorgeous smile as he approached you, and all of his thoughts and queries and concerns vanished in his mind as it latched onto your beauty. "Geez, I'm a lucky guy," he thought with a bright grin as he walked over and took a seat next to you. "Hey, cutie," he greeted you. "I missed you." You giggled and he reached for your hand underneath the table. "I'm looking forward to that walk later," he added with a wink. Once everyone had spent enough time chatting and finishing up, Momo called everyone's attention to organise the walk. "There are some beautiful places along the way, so take your phones or cameras," she said, and Denki nodded eagerly. He definitely wanted to get some pictures of you and him together, maybe even a few kissing pics, and his face showed his mildly impure thoughts. "Bro's really caught up," Zero thought as he looked at Denki and saw the blonde almost drooling. With instructions given, everyone went back to the mansion beach house to get changed into their walking gear, and then everyone headed out to the meet point to await more instruction before walking the path. It was another lovely day, and you and Denki held hands as you walked, happily chatting, surrounded by your other classmates. "Kaminari!" a sudden strict voice said from behind, and Denki looked back to see a blushing Ida staring at him through his glasses. "Please, remove your hand from this young lady's." "Oh, it's okay, Ida, we're dating," Denki said proudly, holding your clasped hand up between you both. "Dating?" Ida asked. "Yeah, it's official now. We're boyfriend and girlfriend," Denki said loudly and proudly. "Wait, seriously?" Pony, one of your other female classmates, asked. "Who's dating?" Monoma asked from up ahead, having heard some talk behind him about something being official, trying to crane his head back over his shoulders to see what was going on. "Oh, no you don't," Kendo suddenly said, leaving Tetsu's side to grab Monoma before he stormed back and made a scene. He had seen that Denki had been showing you a lot of attention, but he had delusionally thought that it was one-sided, believing that a Class 1B girl could never be interested in a Class 1A boy. "Who's dating?" he called. "I am," Denki shouted back. "Yin and I." "Oh, man," Kendo groaned. "You take your greasy hands off our girls!" Monoma screamed. "I've warned you before!" "Monoma, knock it off!" Kendo hissed. "Monoma, do as Kendo says," Tetsu said, coming to Kendo's aid. There was such a commotion going on and students all focusing on Monoma and his antics that it gave Denki the opportunity to pull you off the track and hide behind a tree with you beside him. "What happened there?" you asked with confusion. "Your classmate was going off, so I took the opportunity to get you alone," he panted, the stress of trying to disappear without being seen making his heart rate spike. "Oh," he said shyly, as he backed you up against the tree and placed one hand beside your head, his other hand holding yours. "I still need to give you that kiss," he said, and you could feel your own heart rate starting to spike too. He slowly leaned in, and you tilted your head up so that your lips could meet his, a gentle kiss ensuing while you stood there in the forest. Your body felt like it was being charged from the inside and the outside, and you let his hand go and reached up to wrap your arms around his neck, your mouths being pressed together a little more. Because Denki was still trying to catch his breath, he parted his lips a little, and you did so as well, your mouths deepening. This surprised both of you, and he pulled back quickly with a blush on his cheeks. "Well, sorry, there was an accident, but I really liked that," he panted lightly. "Jeez, man, I can't catch my breath. You're too cute." You let his neck go so that he could stand straight up, but he decided to drop into a deep squat instead. He groaned. "You're too much for me, and I can't stop thinking about you. You're on my mind all the time, and when we kiss, I find it hard to hold back." Denki Boy is in deep. Stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter 67, coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.